Hi, Spots and Cheap Pops. You're on the air.
Hi, Spots and Cheap Pops, ladies and gentlemen. This is Silicon Valley. I am with my man, Vladi and we are bringing you the very best in professional wrestling talk that has ever graced this internet that we love so much. And Vladi, we're going to get right into it. Cody Rhodes has passed the baton to Cody. Cody Rhodes has passed the baton to The Rock. And the internet wrestling community has completely lost their minds. Your initial take of Cody handing off his main event at WrestleMania 40 to The Rock to face his cousin and your tribal chief, the head of the table, with the bench of the cinch by his side. Paul Heyman, he takes on Roman Reigns. Your initial reaction, and are you nearly as upset as the internet seems to be, with the most disliked video in WWE history, the biggest box office draw ever, is going to main event your pay-per-view, and they're pissed about it?
I could say that I'm not pissed about it, absolutely. Like, it's not like I was devastated by the news, but I can say this. I'm kind of conflicted. And this is coming from me, who for how long has been saying, hey, they got to do Rock versus Roman. Right?
Since we started this program, since we started this YouTube channel, you've been saying it.
And you know what? Yeah, like, what do I now have? I actually have Rock versus Roman. And what I'm kind of conflicted about, because I remember how you and I interacted the day after WrestleMania last year, after Cody lost. And I remember having the feeling like, man, you know, I'm going to let this breathe a little bit. And I didn't want to be too reactionary to it. And I kind of forget how you reacted to it. But looking back at it, I kind of felt like Cody should have already won. He didn't. We've added this year-long chapter. And now we have him right there winning the Royal Rumble. Like, that's what sort of bothers me about this. Why have him win the Royal Rumble then? That's where it's like it really sort of deflates that moment. And he gets there, and it's like when he announces to Roman, and amazing seeing the pop for Cody. He is like, really, if you wanted to like get a blueprint for like a comedy baby face, like almost God, it's Cody at this point. Like, it's people are buying tickets to see him, you know? And that's probably the biggest compliment you can give one of these guys. And so that's where I'm like a little bit like, I'm not sure how I totally feel about it. The heat that Rock is seeing online, and it's amazing to see this like sort of building. And it makes me wonder if they're going to reconsider or add a stipulation or something to this reaction. So yeah, overall, that's sort of what I'm feeling with this whole thing. And I wanted to see Rock Roman, but my point like is that I don't think it necessarily has to have the title that Roman has involved. I wanted it just to be like the head of the table, and I'm thinking maybe Cody should have already won the thing now. That's the other part of it. But you know what? I try to entrust things and storylines into Triple H. It's a longer game, I guess, but the Royal Rumble thing bothers me. But that's where I'm coming from with this at this point. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, I think you make some great points, and there is conflicting emotions that could be. But this is my take on it. First of all, what does that say for Cody Rhodes and who Cody Rhodes is as your baby face and as the future face of this company, if he's not already? That the biggest box office draw, a guy who universally gets cheered in every building he goes into, except unless he's raising Roman Reigns' hand at a Royal Rumble back in 2015. Guy gets cheered everywhere he goes, and he's taking heat. That's how entrenched and emotionally invested people are in this Cody Rhodes story.
Yep.
The WWE couldn't be happier. Yeah, the reaction is toxic and weird. Definitely an overreaction, not knowing all the things, and we're going to get that in a second. But what a thing that WWE has, a guy primed to the point where his popularity is overshadowing The Rock. That is something that WWE is salivating over. And by the way, Cody's doing it at house shows. Every single weekend, you see Cody making someone's life. Just did it with a legally blind gentleman at a house show last night. I'm legally blind, but I came here to see Cody. Cody picked him out of the audience at the end of the night and said, we can do better than that. And he came up and gave him a hug. And Cody does that on a weekly basis on the road. So he's not just putting it out there on TV. He's not just doing it in front of the cameras. He's doing it each and every single loop, each and every single time he steps in that ring. He has been a constant guy, and he's earned it. He's earned it. You could argue, and even Dustin Reynolds even said it. The natural Dustin Rhodes, his brother. The natural Dustin Rhodes, his brother, even said Cody really didn't earn it last year, so it's not a big deal. How I really acted last year, I said this. I said this is a big mistake unless you can get Cody even more popular than he is now. I didn't think they could. Well, I was wrong. Cody is so popular, people are saying F The Rock. That's something that WWE needs to be very happy about. Now, in terms of the reaction, we have to listen to the words Cody was saying. Not one person is bringing this up, or not many. Roman, I'm coming for that title. Roman, I'm taking not just that title, the story is taking everything from you. His family, his title, his dignity, everything he's taking. The question is, how do you do that and give Cody this great magical moment where the beginning of the new era, where Cody Rhodes as the face puts his flag down with the American Nightmare symbol waving for everyone to see? How do you do that at WrestleMania 40 if The Rock is headlining your show and your gate? You got to somehow get Cody at the end of the night beating Roman Reigns for that title. You're going to have to get creative. You can do anything. Is there some way you can get the Money in the Bank briefcase to Cody? And I know this is a far-fetched idea, but you mentioned it today in a text. Triple H backed himself in the corner. I don't think this is going to be a cookie-cutter situation. I think Cody Rhodes and The Rock and what they're doing with Roman, it's all intertwined. And you made up a good point. I'm going to see what Cody says tomorrow night on Raw. I'm going to see what The Rock and Roman has to say on Thursday night at their big launch in Las Vegas, brought to you by Pizza Hut. And I'm going to see how this transpires. I think this is something massive brewing that we don't even understand, and everyone's reacting. I guess it's the worst thing that ever happened. Poor Cody. Cody's going to be the face of this company, folks. You see it like you saw it like you saw Shawn Michaels in WrestleMania 12, Bret Hart WrestleMania 10, Stone Cold WrestleMania 14. You see it coming. He's going to be the one gifted the keys to the kingdom. Cody is getting it within the next 6 months, whether it's at WrestleMania or at SummerSlam. But how I would do it, you put the box office, Rock Roman at the very top, but somehow you get Cody beating Roman for that title. There's a couple ways you could do it. Maybe this whole thing was a ploy with The Rock saying, okay, well, this is what we did. Because you gave me this main event, we have to make it up to you, so we're giving you a Money in the Bank. We're giving you essentially a Money in the Bank contract. Now you're saying, well, everyone's going to know Cody's coming out. Not if you have him get jumped earlier in the night and it looks like he's taken off in an ambulance. Did it with Bryan Danielson work beautifully in WrestleMania 30, even though we all know that was going to happen. There's a lot of ways that you can do it. Hell, what did they do at WrestleMania 9, which is one of the classic worst finishes, because what was it? It was the old regime or the old guy taking the spotlight from the young guy. Here, you can do the opposite. And that's how you have the biggest WrestleMania ever. Cody finishes his story, you get your Roman Rock main event, and you make it work somehow, even if Rock and Roman are headlining. I'm not sure how you do it, but that's how you do it. And people might be saying I'm smoking a lot of weed. In fact, you said that. I'll take what you're smoking. It can be done. I do not think for 1 second we're getting a cookie cutter, bang, 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 and that's all we're doing. And we're going to go off of WrestleMania 40 with Roman holding the title high after beating The Rock. That is not how WrestleMania 40 is going to end. I guarantee that. And that's what I think a lot of people are fearful of. because no one thinks Roman's losing to The Rock. So that's how I feel. I think everyone's overreacting. Let's see this play out. We're a bunch of assholes in the movie theater yelling at the screen, not knowing jack shit. I'm pretty sure Paul Heyman's involved. Roman Reigns is involved. Cody Rhodes is involved. Triple H is involved. The Rock is involved. You're talking about some of the biggest stars and greatest minds in the history of this business. Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For Vladi Dottie, this is Silicon Steve Valley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.